Alright, so in the script window, we type the code here. So path equals, we have C drive data part 1 final, and then we have a path list, split in last path as path list, and we have print last path. And notice that the lines of the code in the script window are not preceded by the prompt found in the interactive window. Also, notice that nothing is printed when you press enter, and the cursor simply jumps to the next line, as in the text editor. So what this means is that the script window, the Python code, is not actually executed until we run it. So before we run it, we have to save it. And then we are in exercise 3, right? No, we are in exercise 4. And results, okay. And then, so now we're going to save our file. And first, we're going to save this script on the Python Wing standard toolbar. We click the save button, and then we navigate to and we're going to save as a path py, and click save, and then there we have it. And the extension py indicates the file as a Python script. And with the cursor, we're going to still place anywhere within the code in the path py script window. We're going to click run button on the Python, so this person thing, and then we just click OK, and then we have our result here, final. And that brings up to the run and script dialog box. For now, leave the default settings and click OK. We can click this person, or we can just run the script. We can just go to File and then click Run on the menu bar, or press Ctrl R. So the result final is printed to the interactive window. And then notice that the syntax for Python code in the script window is the same in the interactive interpreter. The main difference is that the script window allows you to write and save scripts without the code being run. In a typical workflow, we can use both interactive interpreter, such as the Python window in ArcGIS, or the interactive window in Python Wing, and the script window in a Python editor, such as Python Wing. Later exercises, we will show examples using both in a single workflow. And now we're going to close it and leave Python Wing open. And we're going to write conditional statement. So the script we have worked with so far use a sequential flow. In many cases, we want to selectively run certain portions of the code instead. So that's where branching and looping statements come in. On the Python Wing standard toolbar, we're going to click New button, and then we're going to go to confirm that we want a new script. So we're going to close it out, and we need a new script. And we're going to save as a branching file. Save as. This will be branching.py. And then we're going to write the following code to generate a random number between 1 to 6. So we will import random, and p equals random.radius, and from 1 to 6, from 6, and then we'll print p. And then we're going to run our tool. Alright, random radius 1 to 6, import random, p equals random and radiant. And then save again, and then Ctrl R, click OK. It's 1. Ctrl R, run again, click OK. 4. Ctrl R, run again, click OK. It's 1. Alright, so we run the script tool to confirm that it works correctly. So next we're going to add if structure to run code based on the value of p. So now we're going to replace the line print p, and we will do is if p equals 6, and then the code p equals 6 is an example of a condition. The answer is either true or false. If the answer is true, the code following the if statement runs. If the answer is false, there is no code left to run, and the script simply ends. A few things to remember about the if structure. First, the if statement ends with a column, and second, the lines following the if statement are indented. When you indent a line, the code becomes a block. And a block consists of one or more consecutive lines of code that have the same indentation. Python will assist with automatic indentation when you enter and you press enter following the if statement column. Python will automatically indent the next line of code. So then we will type print you win, and then script should look like this now. Indentation required in Python, it's very important. We can use tabs or space to create indentation. The style we pick is partly a matter of preference, but we should be consistent. Using either 2 spaces or 4 spaces is most common. By default, Python uses 4 spaces for indentation and also converts a tab to 4 spaces. Now we're going to run the script. Okay, Control R, run. Control R, run. So running the script may result in a print statement in the interactive window or nothing at all, because right now we don't have anything depending on your value for p. Notice that if the p structure, in this case, is not followed by anything else. If you are familiar with other programming languages, you may have expected something to follow, such as else or end. In Python, the if structure can be used on its own or expanded by follow-up statements. So in the branching.py script, we place the pointer at the end of the line code that reads print uwin and press enter. We notice that the next line of code is automatically indented under this assumption. We are continue for the block of code. However, in this case, we want to continue with the else statement, and the indentation needs to be removed. So we're going to back up here and click enter, print, and then we will back up else, print, you lose. All right. Notice again the automatic indentation following the else statement. Now the code is ready to handle both a true and a false condition. So correct indentation is key here. In this example, the if and the else statement should line up, and the toPrint statement should also line up. We're going to save and run the script using the if-else structure. The account of all possible outcomes, and the script prints a value to the screen every time you run it, not just when the if statement is true. So save it and then run. Click OK. You lose. So then we will run it again. Click OK. You lose. Okay. Run it again. Okay. You lose. Run it again. You lose. Run it again, you lose. Okay. Run it again. Okay. All right. So now, one more variant on this time if else if structure we will use next. We're going to insert a line above the else statement and enter the following code. So we will have if you win, and then our if p our if, and we have p equals 5, and then we're going to print try again. And then we're going to save it and we will run it again. Run it again. Put 4. What about 6? Alright, so now we say p equals to 6. Hit enter and then run it again. Try again. P equals 6. Run it again. You lose. Alright, so now we have now the code is right here. And we run the script a few times until it result include all the 3 conditions. So we will have to run it many times. Click OK. You lose. You lose. You lose. You lose. You win. You lose. You lose. You win. You win. You lose. When is try again? Oh. Okay, try again. So we have everything here. So the else if statement is evaluated only if the if statement is false. So we can use else if multiple times. So in principle, you could specify an action for every unique possible value of the variable p. Like the if statement, the else if statement does not need an else statement to follow. So we do, however, need to start this type of branching structure with an if statement. That is, you cannot use else if or else without first using an if statement. Also, notice that all 3 statements end with a column and that there is no and statement as there is in some programming languages. We're going to close it and close everything. And save it first and close it. Oh, I don't have to save it as. No. Okay, on the Python Wing standard toolbar, we're going to click New button and confirm that we're going to do a new script, and we will do while loop. While loop.py. And then we will type in is I equals 0 and not O equals to 0 while I smaller and equal to 10, and we're going to print I and then I equals to 1. So, and the syntax uses plus equal symbol, which adds a specific amount to the input value. This it's and this one I can just go back, put a note here. So I plus and equal to 1 equal is like I equals I plus 1. Alright, so now I'm going to save it and run it and click OK. And this is 0, and run it again. Run it again. Click OK.